Welcome back to the Profit Playbook DFS. I'm Jaime Hernandez, and today we're diving into the Week 3 College Football DFS main slate on DraftKings. Before we jump in, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss my plays and breakdowns because they've been fire all season long, and we're only on Week 3. And my apologies, I do want to apologize. I was supposed to post this up on YouTube, upload it on YouTube Thursday night. I recorded, right? I mean, I'm sick as a dog, and I recorded Thursday night. I recorded um Friday morning, and then earlier today, Friday, and I couldn't hear no audio at all. And I that's my mistake. I apologize for that because now it's almost midnight, and you guys are only gonna have a few hours to watch this video. So let's go ahead and get started with the quarterbacks. We are going to highlight a few quarterbacks. Arch Manning, Texas. Let's get ourselves away from this. Well, just click the all games here at 12. We're going to go ahead and start with Arch Manning, Texas. He led up the scoreboard last week, right? Tossing for nearly 300 yards and accounting for 5 total touchdowns. You don't care about those turnovers when he's performing like that, or when any quarterback's performing like that. The box score definitely looked great, but if you watch the game, you can see Arch Manning. He was a little jittery in the pocket, right? He wasn't always sharp, but I mean, he got us 35.1 fantasy points, so that's okay, right? Texas definitely has one of the biggest implied team totals of the entire slate at 46 points, and they're favored by over 40 points, right? So he's going to be in a great position to put up numbers. If you're playing him, it makes sense to pair him with at least one of his receivers, which I mentioned in the preview. For me, that's going to be Parker Livingstone. There's a chance I get Ryan Wingo as well. And let's go to now. Let's go to USC. Jaden Maiava. I did mention him in the preview as well, right? He crushed these small schools. He's playing Purdue. USC is projected to have nearly uh, 40 team total points. And Maiava, I mean, he's been hot to start off the year once again versus small schools, which is actually a positive going into this game because hopefully, if Purdue can keep it close, he should go off. You know, I look at his pricing here, 8,900. He's taking more of a discount. The games get a little bit tougher, but he proved it last year that he can perform versus the top dogs in the Big Ten, right? And then you can go to Haynes King. Great news, actually. Great injury update news for him. He's available. He's been cleared, and he's definitely expected to play against Clemson. But I would definitely verify that closer to kickoff. But this is a guy who dropped over 40 fantasy points week 1 versus Colorado. And definitely thanks to his rushing upside, 19 attempts for 156 yards and 3 rushing touchdowns. Can he do it again? If anyone can, it's King, right? So he's great in tournaments, man. He's definitely someone that can break the slate wide open and you know help you want to take and help you take down, right? And get top 3. So he's a safe one. Um, let's see, Holstein. Sorry, I'm keeping it short. I just feel like you know I feel donkey, a dumb donkey, right? Didn't catch that no sound videos. With Holstein, he's definitely looking like the real deal. Compared to last season, but I mean, last season he did have struggles and injury, right? So you can give him a pass on that. But Pitt's offense has been efficient and balanced, as you can see, with Holstein pushing the ball and also showing some ability as a runner. Um, his floor, I believe, is a little bit it is on the high side. I don't know why I say a little bit. It's on the high side. His rushing attempts are rushing attempts. They're not sacks. You can see there. Eli Holstein, he's a safe guy, 27.7, 33.76. He didn't play much week 1. This game should be more competitive versus West Virginia. He'll be all right. So Elin Holstein, another great play. And last but not least, Value play, smash value play at quarterback, Gunnar Stockton. We played him week 1, right? He went off. He could have gone off last week as well, but you know, the running backs scored everything. A little bit of tough luck for Gunnar, but he's in a bounce back spot versus Tennessee. He's a great play at 6,000. You definitely don't need perfection, just upside. He's definitely got that upside. He's a great stack with a branch, right? Which we mentioned before. And then fades, go ahead and fade the quarterbacks from Alabama if you want, which is what I'm going to do. I mean, maybe you might play them and they go off, right? And I'm screwed, but I'm fading a full fade when it comes to Wisconsin versus Bama. Now so once again, Arch Manning, Jaden Maiava, Haynes King, Eli Holstein, and Gunnar Stockton. They got the green light from me. And then the red light, full fade, Wisconsin quarterbacks versus Alabama. Doesn't matter who starts. And for running backs, what we mentioned about Holstein is true for Reed as well. Once again, I apologize for that, but I'm pretty sick. When it comes to Reed, he's a safe, right? His floor is safe, but he's also a GPP monster. How do you say a PPR monster? And then this game should definitely be closer. I believe his floor 19.8 points. What he got versus Duquesne. But I believe he does score. He gets on the scoreboard again. And he does go over a century mark in rushing yards, and maybe at least 3 catches. I would say. I believe he's a great play. A great play, even though he's expensive. I believe he's got a great spot to smash, right? And then you can go to Jordan, USC. He saw 16 opportunities last week, right? And he produced 24.7 DraftKings points. And then the only thing when it comes to USC, they do spread the ball around a lot. But I do believe Jordan, his 16 touches, that's where we're going to be looking at now that we go to the Big 10 play. Um, and anywhere between 13 and 18 touches on a team with a 40-point implied team total. I mean, that's safe volume with upside, right? Especially if Purdue keeps it competitive. So I like that a lot when it comes to Jordan. And fade, we're gonna fade someone that we loved. I'm not gonna show him on screen. We loved him week 1. Jay Ducker Temple versus OU. Uh, I mean, but this spot is rough for them, not just for him, but for Temple as a whole. Temple has one of the lowest implied totals on the slate, and they're massive underdogs versus OU. Volume won't be enough on here. I'm fading. I'm fading. And then once again, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but fading Wisconsin running backs, quarterbacks, receivers. Yeah. And then for wide receivers, now we can go to that same game, but to Alabama, right? You got Ryan Williams. Looks like he's going to be back. Mr. Ryan Williams had a tough game versus Ohio State, but he did have double digit targets. He only caught 5. I feel like everyone had a bad game there, except Mr. Bernard. He went off that game. He caught everything basically thrown his way. Um, 8 receptions, 146 yards, 25.9 fantasy points, 3 receptions, 7 yards, 2 touchdowns, 21.7 fantasy points. The ceiling is there, but that I believe that's a ceiling there. When it comes to Ryan Williams, his ceiling is more, right? If you're gonna go with one, or if I'm gonna go with one, I'm going with Williams. But they're both good plays, I believe. And now we can go to Texas. Like I mentioned earlier, Texas, they're big favorites, right? Um, I mean, Parker Livingstone, too cheap. They're getting healthier, but too cheap. 12.7 fantasy points at that price point that he was a week 1, 3,300. I mean, value hit. And then 3,500 with 31.8 fantasy points, I completely obliterated the value, right? And he's at 3,500. 3,500. He doesn't need to do much, and I believe he will. You know, he's got chemistry already with Manning. And then Ryan Wingo. If you're only gonna choose one, if you wanna go on the lower ownership, I believe is gonna be Wingo, right? He hasn't been performing much, but the air yards are there. The air yards, you know, they're there. The targets, so he's definitely getting targeted and not targeted for like a slant or you know a hitch. It's deep shots. So I believe this is the week that we might see him connect with Arch Manning, and you know he might win you either a tournament or some cash lineups. And then for USC, once again versus Purdue, we touched running back, we touched quarterback, we touched no, we haven't touched receivers. That's where we're going. That's where we're getting to. If you, there you go, Maiava Lemon. I said it in our preview for this week. I believe he's WR1 over Ryan Williams and Smith. I say that's he's arguably WR1. Um, but it's pretty simple, right? When they throw, they're going to Maiava Lemon or Jacoby Lane, right? And we're talking about first team offense here, you know, because I know they spread the ball a lot, but we're once again, I'm sorry, apologize for that. It's going to any of the two guys, Maiava Lemon or Jacoby Lane. Look, this one, 16 fantasy points when he played one half, 34.8. Didn't play the full game, didn't play the fourth quarter. If these guys keep it close, there's going to be fireworks for USC. Lane, you know, it's there. Same thing, you know, they didn't play the whole game, but more upside will be Maiava Lemon, but you can play both. For Georgia, that's it. This is the last ones right here. Georgia, if USC, if you guys, I get it now. Here, where's UGA? So Georgia, um, stacking them will be Branch, Zachariah Branch from USC, USC transfer. I believe Zachariah Branch is going to go off this game. I mean, he's one of the best athletes in all of football. And I believe that you know his skills are going to be on display versus Tennessee. It should definitely be close. Should definitely be a close game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. And Tennessee has been getting destroyed through the air, so I believe Zachariah Branch is going to be the one going off. I mean, you can also stack Gunnar Stockton with Colby Young, right? But Zachariah Branch is getting targets, and then that's what we want, you know, in DFS. So that's it. And then we're fading. Yeah, I mean Wisconsin, right? Wisconsin, we're fading Wisconsin Temple. You know, that's really it. And I apologize for keeping it short. Like I said, that's on me. I've been really sick and I'm a moron. Um, I recorded 3 times and no sound. So I'm really hoping this one has sound. If not, I'm so sorry, guys. Well, you guys can't hear me, anyways. But I hope you guys can. But anyways, if you guys can hear me, please like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for listening. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. Have a great DraftKings. Uh, and if you play fantasy football, have a great week on that too. I mean, clearly this is fantasy football, but like NFL fantasy football, have a great week for that too. Thank you so much for listening. Take care.